Okay, I think we could be ready to start this presentation of the Master in Yacht Design. Welcome everybody. And I start giving you some preliminary information because the edition of the Master that we are launching is the 21, and so a long history of this formation path, and after this introduction, we will start to introduce you the content and the format of the master. I start. Sorry, is not linked. I start with a presentation that you are going to meet this morning. I'm Andrea Ratti, director of the Master, and I'm a professor in the School of Design and a researcher in the Department of Design in Politecnico. With me is Arianna Bionda, Vice Director of the Master, who will introduce you the structure and the content of the Master. And then we have a couple of persons who attended the Master in previous edition. Today we have Nicola Pireda and Gloria Martinez, who have been with us last year and 3 years ago in the Master, and after this they are working and they will have the opportunity to transfer their own experience. The Master in Yacht Design is one of the Master which POLI.design offer. POLI.design is a part of a system of design we have in Politecnico. We could say that he's one of the soul of the design in Politecnico, because the consortium manage postgraduate formation. Then we have the school, which is focused on the traditional formation in design, and I give you some further details later on. And the department, who is focused on all the research activities in design. Politecnico is the biggest Italian university. I imagine that you already know, but I just want to share a few data on this, just to let you understood what does it mean taking part to a master managed by POLI.design, because this means to be part of a group of people who are focused on teaching and researching around different topics of design, and being part of a community, the community of Politecnico, which is focused on design, architecture, and engineer. The School of Design is the third soul I introduced, and the master managed by the consortium are master of the School of Design, are master approved by the School of Design. That means that the credits which are given at the end of the master are recognized by the school, and that means that could be even used in further different formation path, university formation path. These are the data of the school. We manage every year more than 4,000 students, so a big number of students. We are the biggest school of design in the world in terms of number of students enrolled any years. And this means that, again, being a student of a master of POLI.design means being part of this big community of design. These are some data on the ranking. So what I said before is summarized in this number. The School of Design is the first school in Italy. We are the third school in Europe and fifth in the world. We are linked with the most of the international university, and we have a different exchange with them, both on teaching activities and research activities as well. And again, being students of a master of POLI.design in Politecnico, based in the School of Design, means being part of these communities and this opportunity of exchange. This, I think, this could be very important, because I think it's an added value, let's say, to the content. For sure, in the master, we will be focused on transferring all the tools needed to manage the design process of a yacht or a yacht construction. But at the same time, you will have the opportunity to be part of this community, to be in, let's say, a humus of what learning design could be. And you will be in Milan, which is probably one of the area where the design is more relevant from different point of view. Again, I want to close this introduction with some further number about POLI.design. POLI.design exists since 20 years, and again, the offer of POLI.design consists of 25 specializing masters. So yacht design is one of these 25 masters. But beside this formation, there are even several activities in higher education, professional courses, and again, this means to be part of a community where different opportunities of exchange could be relevant, and so won't be just acquiring information and skills on yacht design, but even on related topics that could be dealt in other kind of courses or other groups. More than 1,000 students per year. So again, a great community, a great opportunity to exchange information among these people who attend to the activities offered by the consortium. And again, probably Nicolas after this will have the opportunity to talk about this. We are involved in several events, competition, design competition, and so on. So any opportunity that could allow you to support your knowledge, but even the possibility to show and spread the knowledge that you acquire and the skill that you acquire through the masters. Okay, I now ask Arianna Bionda to go deeper in detail in introducing you the structure of the master, what we did, how we teach yacht design, and which could be considered a specific approach of the master to transferring knowledge to people who attend the master.
Thank you very much, Andrea, to introduce me. So I will speak with you about how the master is organized, what we will do, which will be the main organization that we will have next year. Okay, so starting with some technical aspect about the master. The master will be 1 year master divided, let's say, will start at beginning of February 2022 and will end after 1 year in around beginning of March 2023. It will give you 60 credits, so CFU, issued by Politecnico di Milano. In real, the master is divided in 2 big periods, let's say. The first one, starting from February till the end of July, really the end of July, will be the training path in classroom, and will be divided, let's say, in the online lecture in the first couple of months, and then in-person lectures in the second part of the master. Of course, there will be a period in between, let's say the month of April and May, where the online classroom and the in-person classroom will be overlapped. Then after the summertime, we will have a period in which you will be asked to do an internship in the real field. So in the company or in the studios and in shipyard, and you will perform your 480 hours of internship in the field of yacht design. Where our students come from and why we are speaking in English starting from several years ago. We start in 2010 receiving a lot of, let's say 2009, 2010 to receive a lot of requests from students coming from abroad, and we decided to skip the didactic activities in English. So nowadays we can say that the 1/3 of the classroom will be or are coming from Italy or Italian speaker, while the other 2/3 are coming from really all around the world. So we have people that coming from Europe, that is the majority of our students, but also some students coming from Asia, Africa, South America, North America, and Australia as well. So we will organize the online modules for what concern the first half of the master, let's say the first 2 months of the master, in, let's say, take into account the different time zones. So we will try to concentrate the didactic activities in the center of the day, while we will hope to have you here in presence starting from the beginning of April. And so we will continue the didactic in this blended mode, and then in presence modality only. Which is the background of our classroom. So we already said to you that our classroom is really special. It's made by people that coming from different culture and also different backgrounds. So we welcome students that coming from design background, architectural background, and engineering background. So we mix up this classroom specifically focus on your previous skills and what you want to do in the future of the master. The yacht design field is a really a field of studies that's where design, architecture, and engineering specific, let's say, field of applications comes together. And that is the reason why also our classroom and our design approach is really based on the mixes of competencies that our students have. So we organize that model in this classroom that, as you see, is really mixed to have half of the time training activities and didactic activities in a classroom, let's say, environment, and the other half in a company environment, so with the internship. What we will do here, let's say, speak now here in Polimi, so in POLI.design, when you come to classroom, online, or in presence, we will do mainly 440 hours of didactic activities that will be based on three main categories. So theories and method for yacht design, tools and techniques for yacht design, and professionalizing activities in the field. So these modules that become 10 modules are covering all the aspects of yacht design. So we will build the specific apport in yacht design on your previous skills. So we ask you also to a bit push the border on engineering fields with the naval architecture, fluidodynamics, aerodynamics. At the same time, we will ask you to acquire knowledge in interior yacht design, in concept design, principle of method to start a design project of the boat. The faculty of the master, so our professors, we always say that are not normal professor or just not only a professor. We have academics, so we have professor like Professor Ratti that you already met, the director of the master, of me, that we are researcher and professor in Politecnico di Milano, as also other professors, especially for what concerns the module of naval architecture, are coming from Politecnico di Milano or other university in Italy. But then we have a lot of professionals, so yacht designer, yacht engineering, that are, let's say, spend the 99% of their work in the field, so working for the shipyard, working for the studios, that we just borrow for some times, for some hours, to be together with you in classroom. So as you see, we pass from the models of the theories and method that are a bit balancing between academics approach and professionalizing approach, so academic, professor, and professionals. While going till the area of professionalization, you will have 100% people that coming from that field. What we will do, so we say that there are normal lecture and there is the other classroom. The other classroom means that to be able to teach you such, let's say, quite difficult branch of design in a short time as 6 months plus 6 months is, we will involve you in practical experience. So we will bring you in laboratories, we will bring you in the fields like sailing on board, making some also design activities on board, and we will bring you in visit the shipyard or meeting international yacht designers. So to have really an approach that is professionalizing and an approach that is really close to the market, is really close to the job activities that you will do. Here you see some picture about our, let's say, other classroom activities. And then we will also involve you in a workshop activities. The workshop is the last of our teaching modules and is one that we consider the core of the master. So we will ask you to develop in groups. So we will make some groups in a way mirroring what is happening in a shipyard or in design studios, where the competencies of each member is mixed together to build a win-win approach for the project. And so we will ask you to develop a sailing boat and a motor yacht, starting from, let's say, zero, to start building up your project. And so we will ask you to go from concept design to the executive design of the project. So not just or it's really important, but not just the market analysis, the concept, the target, the first general arrangement of the boat, so the plans and the profile, but also all the technical part of the project that is needed to carry out a project in an executive way, so in a professionalizing way. The knowledge that you will gain during the other modules, like naval architecture, like system and onboarding techniques, like hydrodynamics, will be asked to put this knowledge inside your workshop activities to develop a professionalizing project that is a 360 the design of the boat for the sailing boat and for the motor yacht. then this is what everything that we will do in the month in between the beginning of February till the end of July, sorry. Then you will be asked to complete at least 480 hours of internship. That is roughly 3 months. We can extend also the possibility to have an internship longer, but let's say at least you will have to perform 3 months of internship activities in a company, either a studio or a shipyard. And so these are some data concerning the internship that we had in the previous couple of editions. Let's say, so you can have an experience in a studio or in a shipyard in Italy, but of course also in the rest of the world. So we have contacts all around the world, and our Tirocini office, so our office of POLI.design, will support you in finding a proper internship that could match also your design and your expectation of the future. And we are really happy because thanks to this approach, so a mix of theory and a lot of practice on the fields plus the internship, we reach a high number of, let's say, alumni or students that are able to, let's say, working in the nautical and marine industry really fast. So really from the end of the master, more than quite 90% of our students is now working in the field. So we have a really high rate of placement in the world. Last, and with this, I will introduce you the two students that you will meet. So we want to give them the voice of at our alumni. We always say as a motto of the master that we build talent, because we really push you to be part of the nautical world, really start from the beginning of your study. And we are really happy to share with you the, let's say, this that is an award for us, for our master, that is that in the last year we have more than 20 awards that was won by our students, and more than 40 studios or shipyards that were founded. And so for us, this is really a big achievement. You see here some number about how many of that prizes were won by our students, but I have also to say that there are not only the awards, but also probably that awards bring you also to open a door to set up your own studios, to set up your own company, or you will find in the master the community that support you also in open your own company if your desire is, let's say, set up this. So you will find both some, let's say, senior professor or senior professionals that are ready to teach you and to welcome you in this sector, and you will find young designer and colleagues that are ready to, let's say, start with you a new career, and is really a huge community and a huge family, the one of the master. This gives me the opportunity to introduce you, Gloria and Nicola. We will start with the Nicola first. Nicola, he will introduce himself. Maybe some of you already know him. Was a student of Politecnico di Milano, and then we met him when he was just 18 or 19, I think. He already had a clear idea what he wanted to do in the future. He followed us during the master, and then we follow him during his achievement in this year. And so we are really happy to have him and to have Gloria also with us. And I want to leave the voice to Nicola. I will stop this presentation so you can see him at, let's say, full screen, and will be much better than just a picture.
Thanks, Arianna, for the introduction. It's a real pleasure being invited here, and welcome all you guys to this presentation. As said before, I'm a student from the 16th edition of the master. It was basically between 2017 and 2018. Starting backward, I do have in my childhood a background of sailor. So I used to sail in dinghies and have a few small competitions, and always been passionate by the design work. I didn't really even thought to mess these two different worlds so opposite with each other. But basically during my bachelor in interior design at Politecnico, I fell in love. I've faced the projects of the master the year a couple of years before mine, and basically I was so impressed by the detailing and the quality of the design in general. I was so fascinated that I really started thinking that I wanted to reach that kind of quality of design. So I was really impressed, and basically I got in contact with Arianna, with the sailing team in Politecnico, and I started knowing a new world that was the yachting into the design world. And was new, but from that point on, let's say that has been my goal. So I tried to go ahead in that direction. Basically, when I got into the master, my idea was to reach that quality, but also to get a job into the design industry while matching these two different worlds. Let's say I get into that thinking just about design, thinking to as a designer, I'm a pure designer, so I've studied interior design, and basically I got into the master thinking to be a designer. But what I found into the master, it has been both the design part and also what I was not looking for, so more a technical approach. So I used to say that in the master I was a designer, but let's say that what it was not the priority for me. So the engineering side, the structural of the yachts, well, they got also part of my background. They got I got basis for being a more complete designer. Even if I was completely just passionate about design, I got this kind of knowledge that allow me to see projects and yachts in from a different point of view, from a more, let's say, technical point of view. And basically, my biggest lack, I guess, in my career has been to have always focused on my goal. So I knew it from the beginning, basically, what I wanted to reach, and that really helped me out to achieve it. Because once you focus on the real goal, on the main goal, then it's much easier to identify the different steps, the right steps that have to bring you to reach that goal. Basically, of course, I'm still kind of young, so I didn't reach all my goals in my career. It's just kind of the beginning. There's a mountain to climb, but I feel like I'm in the right way to do what I want to do in my life. And basically I stayed in 2017 in the master, and after that I got in the industry with the internship, as Arianna explained in the before. And I started in Italy, my internship in Trieste at AM Yacht Design. And while I was doing the internship, I was also focusing on something else that was a contest, because I was fascinated from the previous winners that was also from the master, from the Politecnico. And basically I was so focused on this project that was the Young Designer of the Year awards from organized by both international. And basically I wanted to show to have a great business card to get into the industry. And I felt like that was the biggest, let's say, the best way to get out of the crowd in the industry, that for a designer is not easy at all. And basically I spent 1 year in Trieste, and I've worked during just the first few months for this project. That was a 60 meters for Oceanco. And basically I've been so lucky to get the win of the competition, and that basically opened me a lot of doors in the industry. I got a job at Oceanco, that is one of the biggest shipyards in the world. It's I was in Monte Carlo in the styling department basically, and if at the first I started doing small boats, I wanted to get bigger and bigger in projects. I mean, because the creativity you can achieve, the let's say there are no boundaries when you get till custom yachts, and basically that was my goal. So I started working with custom yachts in Oceanco, and thanks to this basis and to the competition, I got into a design office after that, because Oceanco was a shipyard, and I wanted still to be into the design file, the creativity, starting from the white sheet. So basically, I started a new experience in the Netherlands, and in Sino Yacht Architecture and Design, and that's also was kind of great experience. But still, my luck was that I was focused on learning what I needed to reach my goal, that was to set up my own company that I probably recently launched, and that's Spirit and Partners. And basically, it's I'm kind of thrilled. I'm really excited, because this is the first few months of the company, so it's kind of a roller coaster, but everything is going it's going so fast, and let's say that it's kind of a ending point and a starting point at the same time, because now I've worked so hard to reach a point, and from now on it's totally a new chapter. The only thing that never ends is to like try learning from all around the globe, from all the industry. Basically, I always try to do not think that I know how to do something, or that I'm good at doing something. I mean, I try always to look around me, to look to the experience and to the projects that the people that I think they have a big value. Basically, these people do great designs and do great concepts and ideas, and they have a different approach from mine, and I try to keep always looking around me, and I really feel to have a great basis that is thanks to the master and thanks to the experience. So I think to see you all guys all around the industry in few years. Well, I would like to thank you all, and if you have, of course, any question, I'm open to reply anything.
Thank you, Nicola. Is a pleasure to have you here. Also, communication for the people who attend this webinar. If you want to interact with us, also interact to the Nicola and Gloria, you can write in the chat, so in the question and answer, and we will try to give you in direct the answer on what you asked. So even from question for us, so for the didactics and coordination part of the master, but also if you have some curiosity about the what the alumni and what our previous students is share with you, you can write in the chat and ask questions to us. So now I would like to introduce you Gloria. Gloria is a student of the last edition of the master, so just really just finished some month ago. She will had an experience that in some way could be more close also to your experience. So due to this pandemic situation, we find out in a situation that we have to interrupt the didactic activities that were thought to be completely in present, to skip to the online modality. And so we build up really with the classroom a new modality of teaching activities. And there was our, let's say, the students that build with up the new approach for the master. I think we gain a good result, and the also is shown by the what Gloria is done now. That is really important. So she did an internship experience in Nautorsvuon in Finland, and she is already there. So I leave the voice to Gloria that can explain a bit to you why she chose the master and what is her career now in this field.
Hello, everybody. As Arianna said, I'm Gloria, and I just finished the master one month ago. So first, I will start introducing myself, and then I would like to share with you my master experience, and finally tell you a little bit about my internship and my actual job here in Nautors One. So now I'm 27. I'm from Mallorca, and I studied architectural master's degree in architecture in Barcelona. And before, I have been working in an architecture studio for 2 years, and then also in a big company in a real estate department. So, and on the other side, since I was young, I have been dinghy sailor, racing in Optimist and Cadet class, and windsurfing in my free time. So I'm a sea lover, and I have been always connected to the sea. So I was looking the way to connect my professional career with the boats, sea, and all the sail world. So with this master in yacht design, I saw like a big opportunity to mix my education skills or studies and all the knowledge that I learned from my university degree with my passion. And I thought that my architecture knowledge could be useful to go into the world of the yacht industry or yacht design. So what I can tell you, well, our master was a little bit different because it was at the beginning of the coronavirus. So after 1 month, we started to do online lessons. And at the beginning, it was a little bit strange, but then we quickly used to that. So we learned how to work in team from the distance, developing both projects in group, like just connecting through the screens and the computers. And at the end, I have to say that we had a super good result that I think that some of us didn't trust on that at the beginning, but then it really worked because we were able to study and follow all the lessons from home. And then also when the COVID situation went better, we were able to join again and work together, go to sail, and all do the experiences that we were not able to do. And then, well, in the master, from there, I have a super good friends, which I'm in contact with. And also we had a lot of good professors and teachers that now are in the professional world and also from where we learned a lot. So I don't know if you know the Yacht, but Nautors One is one of the most important sail yacht brands in the world. And the master offers me to do the internship here in Nautor from October, 3 months. So I'm in Jakobstad. It is a small town in Finland, in the north, next to the sea. And here in the Yacht, we are working on sailboats from 48 foot to 125. So I have the opportunity to live fully integrated in-house building process from the design step to the last details and from different perspectives like technical, office, production, and quality. And I have to say that the master gave me a good big picture about all the process that make me able to understand all that process without be involved yet. So here I could leave it. So mostly I have been working in the technical office, studying the links between the technical office and the production to see opportunities to industrialize processes to make it more efficient and using less resources. And then, well, from the first step of the project. So here we are around 400 people. So all different parts of the process are done. And during the internship, I had the opportunity to see all of them. Going, for example, to laminate one day with the lamination team, work with people from different departments in the technical office, and also from the quality department. Later, the company on January offers me the opportunity to work with them, and I signed the contract from January. And now I'm still working in the industrialization, but also I'm helping in the project management of the new Swan 108. And this was an incredible opportunity for me because I was able to see the project development from the beginning. So here in Nautor, we have like outside naval architects and designers as German Freres or Lucio Micheletti, in which we are in contact developing that new project. And then now we are organizing all the development of the building of the boat. So from the master, I have been able to apply all the knowledge that I saw here to see how will be all that new process. So, well, as you can see, I started 6 months ago, so my experience is not as far as Nicolo, but I think that, you know, I'm super happy and super grateful to the opportunity that the masters gave to me.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Gloria, for your experience. I think that, yes, your year was pretty strange for all of us, also from the teaching point of view, but we learn a lot, and I can confirm also you guys and you, Gloria, that you achieve a really fantastic result with your project. So yes, you did it. So thank you very much for your experience. So now I will reshare with you the desktop for some small considerations. So final consideration about how to apply the technical part. So what you need to take part to the master in yacht design. We have Sarah here that will explain you from the POLI.design office all the procedure to get in contact with the office and everything about also the scholarship, because I saw that there is already a question about it.
You all hear me? Okay, basically, in the moment that you decide to actually take part in the master program, you will have to take part in a selection process. So basically, at the link that you can find here on this page, but also on the webpage of the master, there's a link candidate. You click there, and you basically it opens a page where you have to fill in your information and add some documents, which are the curriculum, the motivational letter, a portfolio if you have it, if you have a background in design or architecture, and then the documents regarding your previous university, so the bachelor degree and the transcript of the exams, and of course also a copy of your passport. Basically, in general, the titles that are accepted for this master are the general laurea magistrale or bachelor degree in architecture, engineering, or design, but we can also evaluate titles from different universities or with maybe a different title, because consider that the motivation is also a key element to be admitted to this program. And again, obviously, foreign students will have to make an evaluation of your specific title to make sure if it actually matches and if it's admissible to be admitted to this type of master. The maximum number of students admissible to this program is 30. So of course, there will be a selection after you receive your documents. We will schedule a call with the master board, with each of you. After this call, we will let you know the feedback of this interview. So if the feedback is positive, you will receive an email with the indications on how to make the payment and formalize the enrollment. Then, of course, the cost of the master is, as we said, 13,000 euros. There will soon be some, I'm guessing, exemptions. We will announce them soon enough. There will be a regulation that you have to apply to actually make the request. So it's not everybody gets them. So you have to make a specific request, okay, if you want to apply. And then within the deadline of these exemptions, we will let you know who is actually the winner and who will get them. So basically, this is more or less the general steps to proceed with the candidacy. And that's it. I think now it's time for Q&As. So if anybody has some questions, we're here to answer them.
Yes, again, unfortunately, you are not allowed to use the microphone, but you can use the chat. Now we can open the chat in order to check. Okay, I found a first question from George. We already met last year. The question is related the availability of funding and scholarship for attending the master. This will be possible any year we have available at least a couple or 3 scholarship. I don't know if there were information on this. Okay, it's not yet published, but you will have as soon as possible on the website. There will be a deadline within which you will be asked to make a request for the scholarship, and this will be assigned accordingly to the results of the evaluation after the interview. In addition to that, there are several opportunities who could be let available from the different government regions and so on. So we can give you some tips in this direction, but we for sure invite you to pay attention to which could be the funding sources that you can find, and if needed, you can get in touch with us in order to verify if some documentation could be required from POLI.design to give you the opportunity to attend to the scholarship or to the funding that you found. There's another question. I don't know, Gloria, if you can read the question in the chat.
Yes.
If you can open that, there's a question for you. Did the knowledge of architecture help in the meta course? How, which way, and so on?
Yeah. Well, the truth is that, yeah, it helps me a lot. I studied in Barcelona and it is a 6 years degree. So, well, as I think that you know, in architecture, we study all the parts, like the structural parts, also the facilities part, all the systems, electronic systems, like all the design from the beginning, the interior design, also the exterior design. So at the end, I think that all of that steps or all of that skills are the same used in the boat, but in the sailboat, for example, you use also aerodynamics, and some other, like, maybe, I don't know how to say, but inputs that you have to apply to the boat. But at the end, like, the main systems it's like a parallel project, no? So of course, in all the big picture, it's super comparable from my point of view to build a house, or at the end the boat is a house on the sea that have to sail, have to respond to more forces, but it's super similar. And then also, for example, here in the technical office, using the programs, I'm using AutoCAD, we are using NX and all of that 3D modeling programs that I have been used also in the university. So, and also then in the master, I was able to use all of that programs, also Photoshop, InDesign. I was ready thanks to the architectural degree. So yes, for sure it helped me. And then also developing the projects, they are huge projects. So you are working always in a team. So you need to teamwork, you need to be able to relation with other people, work with other people. And of course, also in the degree, I was working a lot with that. So at the end, yeah, it helps me a lot. And I think that even if they are like houses and boats are super different products, they have a lot of points in common that you can use in both different areas. So yeah. Also, to understand the structural and the material properties, well, I already studied it. So then if I have to study a new material properties or something like that, I'm able thanks to the architectural degree. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thanks, Gloria. I completely agree with what you said, and I can even add that as already told Arianna, taking part to a specializing master means to have knowledge, tools, and capability in managing a specific design process. In this case, is related to Yacht, but the aim of the course is not changing your previous, let's say, background, both from the methodological point of view, because you already are architect, designer, or engineer. So with a methodology based on the knowledge that you acquired during your university studies, and these should be amplified by the knowledge and apply in a specific field. So this is the vision behind the Specialzing Master. And so at the end, you will remain an architect, a designer, an engineer, and this will drive you to find the best place from the professional point of view in this case in the field of the yacht. But I think that this should be important to take in mind. Okay, there was a question about where the information. The website is www.POLI.design.net. So in there you can find all the information about the course, not only the Yacht Design 1, but all the offer of POLI.design. In the meantime, I reply to Irene, who is asking if there the possibility to attend the first part of the master from abroad. The answer is yes. I have to say that, as Gloria said, last year we face, as everybody in the world, a new situation, and so we found ourselves in developing a new strategy and new ways of managing teaching activity. I have to say that thanks to that experience, now we are able to manage and combine even the opportunities that we found working like last year, and so this year we start working with the student who are taking part to the master from in a remote modality. That means that everybody was in their own country, and this will be as well. So the first period, the first couple of months of teaching activities will be held in remote modality, completely in remote modality, and then we receive the student of this year beginning of April, and so that means that this has even changed not the structure of the course, but the sequences of the teaching offer and the activity done. I hope was clear enough.
There was a question from Gina about the internships. She asked if she can do an internship in Italy, even though she doesn't speak Italian. Yes, of course. Obviously, knowing a little bit of the language is helpful for you, not just for the internship, but also for the lessons and, to just be in Italy, But of course, that's not a problem for the internship. It's possible also, of course, to do it if you don't speak the language. In general, the internships in Italy, the curricular internships are not paid, but there can be the possibility for studios or companies to pay if they want. So it's up to the company actually to decide on this point. And then there was George asking the personal emails of Gloria and Nicolò. I'm afraid we cannot give you those, but maybe, I don't know if you have any other questions for them, you can come through us and we can forward it to them and, maybe put you in direct contact, but just directly the two of you, okay?
Seems not.
Obviously, if you have any other questions in the next days, you have our contact, so you can write to us, and we'll be happy to answer. Maybe in the night, some other question will pop to your mind and they didn't think of now, so not a problem.
So guys, I just want to close this section, giving the appointment to the guys that have the selection process, let's say the interview this afternoon or tomorrow. So this will be the first selection interview, let's say, time for this year. Then we will organize another selection interview spot in the month of end of June, and the next one will be in September. So if you are interested in, please, let's say, apply through the channel of POLI.design and send them an email, request all the information and attaching the document that Sarah explained to you, and then we can organize the interview. So I remember you that the selection process will close at the 6th of January, while to apply to the scholarship, there will be a deadline around the first week of October. But I remember you that the places are limited. So we are starting now the selection process. And I suggest you to hurry up if you're interested to enroll to the master. With that, I can say goodbye to all of you. Thank you, Nicola, and thank you, Gloria. And I leave the last goodbye to Professor Ratti, the director of the master.
Okay, thank you everybody for your attention. Thank you, Gloria and Nicola. So I hope that all the presentation could be helpful and clear, but as they already told, for any further question, you can use the contact you have available on the website. And let's see in Milan next year for the MYD 2022. Bye bye, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks.
Ciao, Gloria. Ciao, Nicola.
Ciao, ciao,
Thank you,
ciao.
bye.